everyone, it's Louise with louisemckayart, and welcome to my channel. I'm glad you're here, and I have a really simple color palette I'm going to be working on today, and it's one that I'm also going to be working on the charcuterie board, so I may have shown that one by now, I don't know. But it's just to illustrate you don't need flash to get a good result. So let me get started here. So I've got my Glidden 6011N, which is a pillow. We are working on a bloom today. These are bloomed coasters. And I don't mention this enough, but the originator of the bloom technique is a woman called Shelley Carruthers out of Australia. And she conjured this up a few years ago, like 6 years ago, even before I started painting. And has been a big influence on my life, even though I've never met her. Just from the sheer influence that she's had, because I learned her technique. Okay, colors. This is a real simple color palette. This is Sky Blue Light by Amsterdam. It's gotten a little thick because it's been out for a few hours now this morning. So we're going to get going here. I created beautiful paint skins. I hope they dry okay. Cicadas out there, or whatever they are. Putting a little extra heavy on the blue. And then this is Treasure Gold's Blue Quartz. And when I was dreaming up this palette the other day, this just popped out at me. It's like, where has this been? It's been sitting in there over on my shelf just collecting dust. So I pulled it out. Pulled it out, put it to work. And boy, am I glad I did. This is just a beautiful color. It's Treasure Gold. And you can find this at Michael's. It's a craft paint, so you don't have to always have like the bomb paints. Is that enough? Yeah, a little more. It's just gorgeous. All right, this, look at that. Who'd have thought that muddy looking thing would be something? This is Deco Art's Steel Gray with a little bit of drip of Artist Loft Gray to darken it up. I'll flash the colors up as we go. Look at that. Who'd think this would be something? But just like that Aloe by Deco Art, it's what you put around it that makes it shine. Now, this is a little fun one. This is Golden's Iridescent Pearl. And I put, in this small amount here, I put 1 drop of bronze in here. And it looks like it's brulee. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And it plays so well with this color. Yeah, it's all about the combinations. It's all about how they work with each other. And this is one of these color combinations that I slapped it together, I laid it out, and it worked right off the bat. So I did originally I was going to go pearl, then the gray, and then I switched it. Because I didn't want the Treasure Gold, being a metallic-y color, to be right next to the iridescent pearl. So I split it up with this guy. I don't know if it made a difference because I haven't done it the other way. Last color, another blue to set off these guys. This is mostly Golden's Payne's Gray. And in this, I put 2 drops of Golden's Carbon Black, and I'll tell you why here in a second. And I'll show you what one. Yeah. This color palette just worked right out of the gate. Sometimes I get lucky. I don't always, though. So I was using up some extra paint from before, and it was thicker. So I mixed up a new batch to kind of bring them all together. And then to thin it down a little bit again, and to darken it, I had this high flow carbon black. So I don't have to put water in it. I can just add more pigment, which makes it better. and thin it down at the same time. So sometimes it's good to have a few of these high flow colors as a way of thinning down your paints. All right, here we go. So I'm going to put on my cell activator. This is my American. I have a video 141 if you want to see how I make it. I'll link it above. You can go to the link when you're done with the video or whenever. And I show how I make it and what ingredients are in it. It's white, Amsterdam titanium white, and Amsterdam oxide black. Here we go. So what I'm doing here is blowing straight down into that cell activator to get it to form a little divot and spread out and then have a little ridge. And then I'm going to aim my blow at the ridge as I blow out the composition in all directions. Now if you need a little help with the blowout, I have a video 419, I'll link it above. I talk about first of all how to find your blow with a little cheat, and then the importance of the speed and the angle of your blow and composition. Normally I don't try to blow off like that, but it just worked out that way this time. Plus this seems to be a little bit thinner paint, so it's kind of traveling faster. I have to record here because we have wolves howling in the background. I just have to share this. This is life in the mountains of Asheville, North Carolina. I mixed this up yesterday. How wild and I always suggest, this? I don't always say it though, that when you're getting ready to do something, don't be in a hurry to do it. Give your paints time to settle. I'd say what I like to do is I like to mix my paints up in the morning and then come out in the afternoon and work them out. Because the paints need time to just kind of decompress. Just imagine if you were put it in a blender, spun around and mixed up and blended together, and you know, you want to have a minute to breathe after all that. I'm empathetic to my paints. Call me Looney Tunes. But there's no doubt that when I've painted, being in a hurry, getting too excited, and you just start going for it, the paints say, not so fast. Not so fast. They just need time to breathe. All right, enough about my craziness. Okay, I hope we're centered. Let's give it a spin. Hoping that the center will come back pretty good. This American Floetrol cell activator recipe is really good. Ooh, that's really cool. Okay, I'm going to go this way a little bit. I don't want to lose that if I can avoid it. It's like, what happened there? What did I do there? I'm going to have to watch this video back to see what I did. I'm going to lose some of it, though. But those big cells are kind of cute. And that's one thing I really love about my cell activator. For me, this is what I like. I like cells and lacing. I don't want to have a big puddle of cells down there because it's not, to me, my personal opinion, and no derogatoriness to anybody else. For me, I like some differences in the piece. I like it to have some variation to it. So it's not all just one thing. I'm trying to save this over here. That's why I'm going that way with it. I do need to spin some more off though. Yeah, that's just how I like it. But you're the artist and you can do how you want to do. I'd like that to get there too. I don't think I'm going to. Let's see if I can blow it a little bit. Yeah, now I'm blowing in spots. Sometimes that happens when you're you give a little blow after you've blown it out, and then all of a sudden the spots start coming up. The spots are caused by the pillow paint or the paints, but primarily the pillow paint burping through and kind of burping up a white spot. All right, I think she's done. Corner's done. It's always the last thing to come off. Give it a quick clean up, and then I'll show you what we have here. Pretty happy with this, although the first one I did was even cuter than this, but you'll see it anyway. Here she is. I'll be back for 3 and 4. So everyone, that's a wrap, and here's a sneaky peek of the charcuterie board that I made with this color palette, and I think it's one of my best. And of course, the 4 coasters fully resined in the end. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you're new here, please join me by subscribing, hitting the bell and all. You get all my latest art creation videos, and I ask everybody to please leave a comment. I'd love to know what your thoughts are. I get back to everybody, and also a thumbs up is greatly appreciated. At the end of the video here, I will have a link to my coasters playlist, so you can see over 100 different color combinations and styles. And be sure to check out my description to see links to some of my educational type of tutorials and also some of the products that I do use. So with that, I think that's all I have for now. So everybody take care until next time.